Sorry. Shall we call the meeting to order? And this, first of all, receive a we pray this morning. That's right. Welcome to the Standing Committee on Government Assurances. My name is Isitegile Khobutswang. I'm the chairperson of the committee and member of parliament for Tswapong South. Followed by the clerk by introduction of the National Assembly. Thank you.
Kibilu Mpomorolo mo Parlamento wa Gauteng Central ke leloko la committee.
Maina ke Phenyo Segokgo ke mo Parlamento go Tlokweng ke leloko la committee yona ye ya government assurances.
Kibilu a go te Tlhabologo Furniture leloko la committee yone me bo parlamente bo ko tatio bo tlhaba.
Dumela nna ke dua Reason Lekutlana Parlamento wa Kgalagadi North ke leloko la committee.
Good afternoon. Cho ke bidua Thomas Kagiso Musi ke le mo parlamente wa kgaolo ya Gabane Mankgothi ke leloko la committee ke a leboga.
Dumela, ke bidua Phatsimo Moipei from the Office of the Parliamentary Council.
Dumela, ke bidua Babui Saubi, ke mokwaledi wa committee. Thank you.
Okay, shall I ask the accounting officer to introduce?
Dumela Mbatlotlere, ke bidiwa Mamiki Kamanakau, ke accounting officer, permanent secretary mo ministry wa child welfare and basic education. I am with my executive team, Kenale Secretary, General Education, Ubidiwa Steve Botasitse.
Good afternoon.
Kenale, our Deputy Permanent Secretary, Human Resource and Admin, Me Akarelang Solomon. Kenale, Deputy Permanent Secretary, Finance and Development, Ubidiwa Reoleboge Muipisi. Behind me, Kenale technical team members ba ileng gore ba dila le di projects on a daily basis. Ke a leboga modulasetulo.
Thank you very much. Our next step is to take polygons. Because our guys at the front bench, just in case Babata will interject. That's the accounting officer. So accounting officer ko parang ke mala kadina to se mai kana kisura mutaba ibera kana we kana ka something else. I,
Mamiki Kamanakau,
do hereby swear that the evidence I shall give before this committee shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing else but the truth. So help me God. Thank you, Madam Kamanakau. Yeah. I,
Steve Botasitse. Oh yes. Oh,
I,
Steve Botasitse,
do hereby swear that the evidence I shall give before this committee shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing else but the truth. So help me God.
So help me God.
Thank you, Mr. Botasitse. Switch on the mic, please. I
I, Ataralang Solomon,
do hereby swear that
do hereby swear that
the evidence I shall give before this committee
the evidence I shall give before this committee
shall be the truth,
shall be the truth,
the whole truth,
the whole truth,
and nothing else but the truth.
and nothing else but the truth.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Thank you, Ms. Solomon.
Thank you, Honorable.
I
I will Moipisi,
do hereby swear that
do hereby swear that
the evidence I shall give before this committee
the evidence I shall give before this committee
shall be the truth,
shall be the truth,
the whole truth,
the whole truth,
and nothing else but the truth.
nothing else but the truth.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Thank you, Mr. Mipisi.
Thank you. Okay.
Bagacho meke la mogele hape mo committee ye. Please note that this examination is part of Parliament's oversight responsibility. And as a result, we welcome your cooperation and thoughtful responses to members of the committee. Maikelo la committee ye, ga se gore re tlile go le sekisa gore gape o sekisiwang mme jaaka le ikane yana re ra gone gore re solela gore le taba wa boammaaruri ka gore bathopi ba rona ba taba ba re editse di-facts on the ground ba itse ka tsone so ga e le gore dikarabo gone a ditabo di apana le se ba se bonang go taba gore a gore ela re tswa gona taba re ithela melaetsa e be gore a re ngwe taba re kopa gore le boele kwano gape le te go tlhalosa sentle gore ne le reng so ke tsa gore re ta nna boammaaruri hela throughout diphoso tsone re a di solela di ka nna teng mme bagaetso at this stage I will ask the accounting officer gore ha moalo hela wa maikeelelo a lephata le gore le eme jang ba tshwere jang vision tsa bone ba ikelela go dira eng within 10 minutes if you can accounting officer gore ba tlotege ba appreciate le batswana ba tlhaloganya gore le o ma le tswa kae. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. I have before me an executive summary that provides a synopsis of the ministry's mandate, achievements, challenges, and the strategies devised to mitigate challenges encountered during the period under review. It also presents progress updates on outstanding matters from the parliamentary debates posed to the then Ministry of Basic Education from 2019 to 2024, with a view to ensure conducive teaching and learning environments as well as provision of child welfare services. The outstanding issues, amongst others, include infrastructure and maintenance backlogs, curriculum and skills development, digital transformation, staffing and conditions of service, and other areas that are cross-cutting. The ministry's mandate, is to provide leadership, coordination, overall policy and strategic direction, as well as development of standards in the delivery of basic education and child welfare programs, as well as services that include skills development. The programs and services include inclusive social protection programs for children with deliberate focus on the orphaned and vulnerable children. Alignment to the ideals of the Botswana Economic Transformation Plan, programming within education pays particular attention to education continuum we emphasize early childhood development as the foundational phase, transitioning into primary and secondary education. And we also integrate out-of-school education and training to achieve lifelong learning. Our work is guided by the national legal and policy frameworks such as the Children's Act of 2009, the Education Act of 1967, the Revised National Policy of 1994, the Persons with Disabilities Act of 2024, and the Education and Training Sector Strategic Plan, ETSSP, which ran between 2015 and 2020. Internationally, our operations align with the United Nations Convention on the Rights of the Child, the African Charter on the Rights and Welfare of the Child, which we ratified in 2001, and the National Social Protection Framework, which provides a comprehensive platform for integrated and inclusive child-focused social protection interventions. Legal frameworks span from the 21st century trends in education, as well as the fact that we respond to evolving challenges that the children and child welfare workforce, which means social workers, teachers, are facing. And these include, amongst others, some policy frameworks that we are currently reviewing, like the Children's Act, the Children's Adoption Act of 1952, Children's Act of 2009, the Education Act of 1967, and the General Curriculum and Assessment Framework, which we called GCAF for short, and the National Policy on General Assessment and Profiling of our learners. It is our role to also develop guidance and counseling policy, the early childhood development policy, and the special education policy. These instruments, Mr. Chairperson, are all anticipated to be completed by the end of the next financial year in as far as review is concerned. Within the teaching fraternity, dialogue is already at the advanced stages with DPSM to integrate teaching service regulations into the Public Service Act as it undergoes review. This is in recognition of the peculiarity of the teaching profession. Commencement of the registration and licensing of teachers through the Botswana Teaching Professionals Council as part of the professionalization of the teaching cadre is another way through which the teaching profession will be regulated to protect both the teacher and the learner. As at May 2026, Chairperson, Boteco had received a total of 18,509 applications for registration. 10,100 had been approved and awaiting payment of the registration fees, whilst 7,150 teachers had been licensed. The applications include 657 non-citizens and 17,942 citizens. Some of our achievements include gross enrollment, which has jumped to 101% in 2024, indicating universal access to primary education. We see steady increase in the enrollment levels for children accessing early childhood development, that is the reception class program in public schools, where we are seeing from 2023 a number of 32,590 children, and then in 2024, 32,515, and in 2025, 34,418. And to date, we are seeing 34,681 eligible children in early childhood development program. Psychosocial support was offered to 20,000, which is 51% or 51.9% of our learners in 2025. due to various issues they are facing, such as trauma, abuse in all its forms, alcohol and substance abuse, and sometimes family dysfunctional ties. The ministry chairperson continues to provide sanitary towels to eligible children in public schools. A total of 221 packets, 221,655 packets of sanitary towels were distributed during 25-26 financial year, with a budget of 69 million, which was approved. A total number of 240,000 girls benefited from this service. Same budget allocation, Chairperson, has been provided for this new financial year, and supply continues uninterrupted. The ministry continues implementing the Botswana language policy in education. Currently, Chairperson, 13 local languages are being used as a platform for teaching and learning in infant classes in at least 170 public primary schools. Curriculum review to STEM-based education is one of our achievements. The government, as you are aware, adopted the STEM-driven curriculum in December 2024. This initiative is aimed at transforming Botswana from a resource-based to a knowledge-based economy for global competitiveness. Subsequent to this reform, the following have been completed as part of revitalization of the curriculum. A STEM-driven general education curriculum and assessment framework has been developed to guide the development of the curriculum across all levels of general education. The functional curriculum for learners with severe to profound intellectual and multiple disabilities, SPIMIT for short, 44 have been assessed, of which 20 have been selected for enrollment. 60% of specialized human resources have been employed. The Botswana 0 to 3 years learning development curriculum has also been developed. Pre-primary curriculum framework for 4 to 6 years has been reviewed to be STEM-driven. The Botswana Early Learning and Development Standards for children from birth to 6 years have also been developed. The development of the STEM-driven Botswana Senior Secondary Education curriculum is ongoing, and it is expected to be completed in October 2026 for implementation in financial year 27-28. We see also improved learner performance. The ministry continues to work towards improving learner performance across the education sector. Performance in national examinations improved from 2023 to 2025 as follows. For primary school leaving examination, the quality pass rate, which is percentage grade ABC, increased by 2.32% from 71.79% in 2023 to 73.4% in 2024 and 74.11% in 2025. For the junior certificate in education exams, the quality pass rate, which is merit grade A, B, and C, increased by 5.56% from 34.04% in 2023 to 38.57% in 2024 and 39.60% in 2025. For the Botswana General Certificate in Secondary Education, the quality pass rates means percent of candidates that attained grade C or better. Theirs increased by 4.13% from 32.94% in 2023 to 33.39% in 2024 and 37.07% in 2025. The number of candidates achieving outstanding results, Chairperson, with merit pass at junior certificate examinations increased from 8 in 2023 to to 16 in 2024 and 43 in 2025. The transition rate from junior secondary to senior secondary level increased from 56.10% in 2019 to 58.94% in 2022 and 64.8% in 2025. Procurement of school supplies. During the 24-25 financial year, the ministry procured and distributed to schools and regions 297 different models of vehicles to alleviate the shortage of transport in especially boarding schools, a wide array of students and teacher furniture and equipment to improve in teaching and learning in the classrooms, including photocopiers, student chairs, student desks, mattresses, bunk beds, and teacher swivel chairs. We also have strived to do better in the digitalization of education, where the ministry continues to provide ICT gadgets to learners and teachers, upgrading bandwidth in institutions, capacitation of educators on ICT-based teaching and learning, and the development of e-content and e-platforms, together with the use of ICT in management of childcare and basic education services. In as far as provision of ICT gadgets, from financial year 2022 to 23, ICT gadgets were provided to all the 34 public senior secondary school learners who are at 52,161, and teachers numbered 4,585, together with all junior secondary education teachers totaling 13,625. While specialist ICT devices and digital content to all learners with visual impairment were provided in the 4 schools with VI special education units. These are Patlogo, Matsieng, Lenzwe, and Mulifi senior secondary schools. To further enhance the use of ICT in teaching and learning, 480 of the 770, which is 62.3% of public primary schools, have been provided with mobile ICT labs. Procurement of gadgets and assistive devices for children with hearing impairment in the 4 primary schools with hearing impairment special education units is ongoing with the support of Japan Debt Relief Funds. In the 2025 financial year, the ministry provided ICT-based devices to 18 primary schools to support delivery of the STEAM curriculum. The devices include a total of 73 tablets, 9 laptops, 18 servers, 7 projectors and screens. Furthermore, to support the delivery of teaching and learning using technologies in the junior secondary schools, the ministry procured and deployed 13,625 laptops to the teachers. In summary, Chairperson, the ministry has developed smart classroom standards to guide what we mean STEAM compliant schools and to ensure effective utilization of these technologies and to improve provision of avenues for learning. The ministry is also in the process of acquiring an education management information system and a learner management system. We are also looking at e-examination and a teacher licensing and registration
Can you wrap up
system.
in 2 minutes?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Yes. Infrastructure development projects. The ministry remains committed to providing child-friendly and conducive learning environment in public schools. We will be sharing completed projects where we have 8 school expansion projects, and we share here that the ones that have been completed are Kalamare Junior Secondary, Bonatlo, Serule, Selulwe Junior Secondary, Moeti Junior, Gold Mine, Chamabona, Opagano, and Orapa. And there is also refurbishment of Ikaho School of Industry. 36 of our junior secondary schools were taken through cyclic maintenance. 34 are complete and handed over to the users, while 2 are ongoing. Refurbishment of girls' hostels at Masunga. Refurbishment of band facilities was completed at Ngami, Sekoma, Tlokweng Central Resource Center, Matsake College, Mata College, with Masunga Senior Secondary Boys and Girls Hostel. Some of these are ongoing and some are being planned for. There's also a plan to construct 387 classrooms, 203 conventional classrooms and 184 prefabricated ones in the junior secondary schools across the year during the financial years under review. Other pertinent development, as I conclude, is Project Bulabuka, which, as the government promised the nation, is looking at making sure no child will drop out that completed Form 3. This project is successfully implemented and is ongoing. And the other part, Chairperson, that is pertinent is to say the ministry has formed a company that is called Education Infrastructure and Management Company, with the view to outsource the services and to improve our services and efficiency in looking at the project or addressing infrastructure. And its mandate is to modernize, transform, and maintain the national public schools infrastructure across the country. We continue to care a lot about our learners, and we have developed a learner profiling system to ensure that we channel our learners to the pathways of learning that are aligned to their learning profiles. And we have devised several strategies to mitigate some challenges. To enhance physical infrastructure, to intensify also governance oversight in the ministry, establish the integrated education management ecosystem, a multidisciplinary children's support center to look after. We have profiled the children so that we can bring in different cadets, social workers, school nurses, and social workers to be able to help the children psychosocially. And our biggest aim is also to strengthen collaboration with other stakeholders for provision of child welfare and basic education. Thank you, Chairperson.
Thank you very much. Batuteri ka itore le patale ke le ga o ithata le lona le bana re ka bua tsa tsilote menne ke batla gore mongwe mo a lona interjectang ke monele ra re ise di-points le page, not more than that. Clarification or questions. Batuteri ya ba sia maybe ona molomo wa tlo kena morolo.
Thank you so much. Nitaro tar dile tharo. Ra le boga PS ka tshedimosetso e marona. Ne ke re ke botsa dipotso tse pedi ke tla tlogela engwe ya boraro. Ke bona le buile di-challenge tsa lephata ke tsone ga ke dinyatse. Mme ke bona le itlhokomolose the most critical one ke sa itse gore a kante le siame. Kanya poor academic performance ya bana. Ke dumela gore ne e tshwanna gore e nna ya ntlha ke lebeletse gore tota kana ditiro tsotlhe tsena re direla gore maduo a bana a itumedise. Mme ga ke bone le bua ka se mo ke sa itseng gore ga re tshwenyege ka maduo a bana ba gaetso dikolo tsa rona ga di dire sentle. Ne ke soletse gore gongwe ka bua kgang eo. Ya bobedi ke go utlwile pila mma o bua gore le ha bana di sanitary pads go tsa ntse le ha bana di sanitary pads go ntse go tsamaya sentle. Ne ke kopa gore o ntlhatswetse kgang ya tendera ya di-sanitary pads e le ne la ya wadela motho ga le seno ne le ya wadela motho le be le etsa mo ene le sana morero le ene le tsenya mo maranyaneng ga le seno le tsenya mo maranyaneng le be le ira direct appointment ya dingwe di-shopo tse di tona mo Botswana le di-appointa tsone tse. And chairman ka tlo re ke bua kganye PSI ntlhatsose ka botlalo ka gore se se botlhoko ka kganye ke gore batho ba nne ba gaisanyetsa tendera ne ba le 2 ebe e winwa keo ga seno na e wina be le mokgwisa lerapo a ntse a tsweletsa a supply le be le mokgwisa lerapo hela unceremoniously ebe go appointiwa dishopo tse pedi tse di tona-tona. Dishopo tse pedi tse a sone le di-appointa di be di ya ko le o lositseng tendera di reka ko go wena. Ke kopa re ntlhatswetse kganyo ya tendera ke ka lala ke robetse ga o ka e tlhatswa ke a leboga.
Segoko tadi tsa
nyame ke a leboga Mr. Chair le ga gona o re kotetse kana ministry o ke one kono tota wa dikgang tsa ko Tlokweng di gone mo ministering mo. Mme ke ne ke re ya ntlhaela ke gone gore nyame re a utlwa ka lenaneo lo le dirang PS lone la ETSSP. Mme gone wa itse gore bodiredi ba gago PS ba lela kana di-strategy tse sentse gore ga o di dira o bo aligna sentle le bodiredi ba gago kana workforce ya gago your human capital on the ground ya lela re mo go June gone jaana bana ba gago PS ga ba ise ba duelwe ko Botswana Examination Council. Motivation o tla helela le gore o nna teng mo bodireding bo le gore ba ke a itse gore that service ya outsourcitswe e manage ke ba BEC mme kana ke yena o ba neelang subvention ya no ga ile gore go ngo ba kontse gora gore bodiredi ba go bo mathateng tota ba lela mo ileng gore le bana ba ka nna ba helela gore ga ba tsene mo di classroom tota kganya teng PS ne go kopa re expedite with that agency gore ba ruta bana ba gago mo lehatsheng la Botswana ba duelwe PS ya bobedi mme ene ke re gongwe ke ka gote dipedi hela ke the issue ya governance structure ya gago ke dumela gore o tlo o e tlhatswe mo the administrative wing. I think we just understand the ka gore le bone ke triangular reporting kana triangular matrix the executive oversight e ra itja the political side gore ke minister assistant but in terms of the administrative function go tsena go tlase hela kwa rena re ke PS bo deputy PS me ra utlwa mo structureng sa gago gona le secretary le gore ke wa general education so o tlo e tlhatswetse batswana gore ba tla ba kgone gore ba e tlhaloganye le ko tlase kwa devolve your powers PS so that ditshwetso di kgone gore di tsewe ba ruta bana ba go ba bone boroko go expedite ka bonako di gantse tse dingwe tsa bo di stationary tsa bo maroko a ba ruta bana tsa bo di tsa bo dilapidated buildings le gore ke dikole ke khanya go centralize how decision making but if you devolve and align with the structure tse le gore di teng ditshwetso di ka hala le gore di tsewa ka bonako go education gore tle re kgone gore thuta rona e kgone gore e nne botoka. Mr. Chair wa re kotella so go sia
Musi
ke se thank you PS nya ne ke re ke botse ka ne ya project Bulabuka gore roll out ya teng e tsamaya jang mo dikgaolong ka gore nna ntse ke tsamaya le ka ko kgaolong ga itse ke utlwe go bua ka yone batho ba te mampotse gore tota di ofisi ya mpo go iwa ha kae go itse gore e bereka jang e dira yang le ka bona la ile mo TV le launcha mme hela go tsala ko setšhabeng kwa ga itse re tlhole re kopana nayo. Ya bobedi e ne le ya shortage yona di classroom la ke sa tshwana go bua ka kgaolo a mene ka bona ka twe go ne go boditse potso ga ka di classroom ka 2017 mme a gona e pekileng ya agiwa mme ke re ke a rile ha ke etetse sekolo sengwe re ke ntse ke tlotla le boete le bo teacher ba go go bampotsa gore a me tota ga go botoka gore gongwe mo mading a o neng o re irela dio dingwe tsa constituency development mo kgaolong a re ka ke ra tsa madi ra re ka ditante in the meantime being go namarentse bana ba tsena mo ditanteng gore ba ska ba hella kgantele re sa kgone go ba manager ka gore ha ba tsena di shift ba bangwe ba tla ba bangwe ba tsamaya ke re banna ba ntsintsi ho then ba bangwe end up ba sa tsene le mo sekolong for quite some time because a gona po kgona go monitor gore tota o iragalang. So ne ba go tsene o tota beke it's something we're trying to work on gore tota ya ditante a ga seng se leng gore ka thusa ka madiwana di constituency fund tsa rona. Thank you. Yes.
Thank you very much. Over to you, Mayor Kamanakau, County Officer, and the team.
Thank you, Honorable Morolong. You have rightly pointed out on issue ya poor academic performance. By implication, ha ke ne ke share about the increase, kana the improvement. Ke ne ke impla gone gore re lemoga gore go ntse go le ko tlase mme re bona gona le improvement e ntseng jang. Mme ke dumela gore ra indeed go ntse gona le poor performance. That is why kana government gompieno a introduced STEM driven education. Poor performance ha re lebeletse se e ka tswa e lebile gore re ntse re sa profile our learners re ba tsere hela re ba tsentse mo lesakeng la academic performance without necessarily appreciating gore bana ba bangwe are not academically gifted. Jano, the reason why re gompieno re lesedimusetsa our efforts regarding STEM-driven education ke gone mabaka a gore ra lemoga gore le gore re buile ka lena profiling ra lemoga gore ga ra tshwana go tsaya bana ra ba baya hela mo di-classroomong re be re ba assessa ka the same examination processes, ra ba subjected to the same examination processes. Make I acknowledge ra gore it is indeed a challenge and re leka go address ka some of the interventions tse ke buile le tsone. Tendera ya sanitary pads e ne le gabedi MP. Go ne ga nna le nako e leng gore tautona o na launcha the initiative. Me ha re dira initiative re ne ra dira tendera hela e ne lebeletse gore re kgone go identify ba e leng gore quickly ba ne ba ka nna le stock gore re kgone go showcase the initiative. Me a re ko morago rra re ne ra dira a tender e leng gore if I recall well in le about five bidders. Me re morolong mo go 5 bidders re tletse le gore bangwe ba bone jaaka ile ha gongwe le dilo tsa go itshetsa ha re setse go diriwa di assessment bangwe ba bone re tletse le gore ba na le di machine tse di rusitseng mme le gore tendera e ne lebeletse gore re tsenya batswana ba ileng gore ba prove gore ba ntse ba manufacturer di pads. Mme ya re ha re itlhela go ntse jalo re le ministry ra bona gore go mo gore ka tatlhogo and re lebeletse gape di resources tsa gore re be re tsama re latela batho bao ha o tsama wa go itlhela le gore ra tendera kana matendera o tsere batswana o ba positse ho as if ba ke ba bereki ba gagwe mme ha re boela ko morago ra be re itlhela le gore nya batho ba ne ba tsile hela ka nako a gore ba ne ba itse gore go na le inspection. Mola wa letella MP gore re le ministry re ka outsource mme bile ke batla go gatella gore ga re a outsource gore di shopara tse pedi tseo di buang di manufacture. Our tender document le tumalano e re sign le these companies kana di shopo tse e very clear gore ke bomang batswana ba ileng gore ba tshwanetse gore ba ba pointe mme bile re gateletse gore ga re tle go dumela gore ka gore ra itse gore ke di-retailers ba tsenye di-tendera ba tsenye di-pets tsa bone tse e leng gore re itse gore ba di reka bone ba importa ga se gore ba manufacture. So the tender has very clear conditions ya gore these shops ba go tsaya batswana ba maemo a ntseng jang when it comes to manufacturing of pets. Re ne re outsource the service delivery ebile re lebeletse gore ha re ne re ra simolla re ne ra nna le challenge ya gore how are we going to reach out to every region and to every school. Di-shopo tse ra be re di identify ka mabaka a gore kana di gongwe le gongwe ha re ka ba dirisa looking at the fact that ba gongwe le gongwe ba ka kgona gore ba re isetse yone mesangwana ko baneng ka boheho le ka sekgele se e leng gore se sekhutshwane mme ga se bone ba e leng gore ba tendera mo tendering ke mokaneng re ba dirisitse for delivery e seng gore bone ke bone ba providang di-sanitary pads.
Accounting officer o lebaganya dikgang le molasti. Thank you.
Ya ga re se go ya ETSSP o bo bua le ka back payment ya governance structure re na le di-PSHR and admin o tla ai go phutholela mme back payments ra honorable di ne tsa diwa ke gore jaaka le itse gore seemo sa madi mo lehatsheng Mr. Chair se di ne sa affectiwa ke kgang ya madi mme ke batla go rurihaletsa komiti gore re buisantse le ba Ministry of Finance gore ope yo kolotiwang madi re tse re mo budgeteng ya this financial year gore a duelwe with agreement ya gore ra go buisana le bona ba finance kana kwa ya bo July re lebeletse supplementary budget le gore re tla be re ntse re nota gone mo budgeteng ya rona ya ministry gore re baakanyetse ba batla beng ba maka this year senka se solohetsang ke gore madi otlhe a ileng gore ra kolota matitšhara a rona re reboletse gore re ba duele from this financial year budget. Engwe ene e bua ka devolving powers ke rurihaletsa komiti gore re mo mosepeleng wa gore re ne ra buisana le ba UNDP ra bona consultant o e leng gore re mo processing ya go mo on border re batla go dira decentralization strategy sa ministry re lebeletse di-services tsotlhe le the entire mandate wa ministry bogolo jang jaaka le tla appreciate kana child welfare e ko bathong ko local authorities yaanong go botlhokwa gore re taboge re bone gore re hilwe mandate wa bana re plaga jang on existing decentralized structures in the country yaanong ra leka go ya addressa ra ke solohela gore mo kgweding ya July ha e wela re tla be re hirile motho yo tla banga simolla a re direla stakeholder engagement a tsamale ha tshelo tla consulta gore ba bona re ka devolve our powers jang re ka decentralize jang across all our mandates as a ministry. Mo go ya project Bulabuka is simolotse ebile it is rolling out. It is rolling out in a phased out approach. Re ne ra simolla pele ka bana jaaka nne re soloheditse setšhaba ba ba neng ba hetsa form 3 ra tswa ka ditsela tsotlhe go bona gore ba tsena mo dikweleng tsa rona tse di normal mme ra sala ka bana ba le 3,000 ba e leng gore ke ba ba neng ba tsere diyo ko tlase thata ya re ba profile ra lemoga gore ba tota ga se ba ba academically gifted mme ra bitsa dikwele tsa tirelo diatla tirelo ka diatla di le dintsi ra tla go buisana le tsone ba representela di-program tsa bone and jaaka ba ntse re buisana le bone go na le ba re setse re tsentse ditumelano gore ba tseye bana ba le kae ha kae jaanong ha e le gore gongwe go na le constituency nngwe e re seng re hitlhelele ke gone gore re lebeletse yone phased out approach mme ebile gape e affectiwa le ke sone seemo sa madi gore kana yo re ka saenang kontraka re tseele bana ba ke ha re setse re rurihaleditswe gore e re ka kgona gore re bone madi re tsenye bana bao ya shortage of classrooms mo constituency ke boammaaruri tota shortage of classrooms e gongwe le gongwe hela modula stilo mme kana yone this shift ke yone hela e leng gore re ne ra e lebella e le a quick win in terms of ensuring gore ngwana mongwe le mongwe ga re mo tlogele ko ntle ga thuto and we are not saying ga ena di-challenges this shift e ka nna yone kgang yone eo ya gore go monitora bana ga mmogo le go balaola e kgona gore e nne challenge amongst all the other challenges tse leng gore they could be attendant to issues of shifting bana mo dikweleng ke tla nela mokao lengwe ma Solomon go dila ka ya governance structure sa ministry.
Solomon.
The approved administrative structure as of now sa ministry ko godimo ke permanent secretary a ba latelwa ke secretary general education followed by the DPSs for finance and development, HR and administration, education support, child welfare, and basic education, 5 DPSs. From there, ka tlase ga bo DPS ba na le their respective departments led at director level. Go be go nna le our regional offices led by directors, led by our directors. This is our structure as of now. The positions approval followed the government levels.
Thank you. Honorable Secretary General, Honorable Secretary General. We will over Kanye Monate, Kai Buata Tilo, Isilo, Twala, Honorable Furniture.
Kelebora modula stilo ya me e khutshwane potsone ke PS ne ke batla gore through you chair o tlhalosetse gore a melena le maikelelo a go hira bo temporary teacher mo nako ya gompieno go leka go tokahatsa thuto ana performance ya bana ke buiswa se ka gore minister wa lona ko chamber o na supile gore o budgetile madi a ka duelang bo temporary teacher I think for 5 months ya no a ile gore na le plan ya go ba hira le ba hira leng se diang gore ba setse ba hirile mo nako ya go mpieno ke eng gore re thaloganye ke a le
ha go dimo ga mo go nketse sengwenyana tsen o no buile gore la go tsa madi go gongwe la sistela go gongwe ke botsa gore sententela tsa ana a budgetse mo go eng so santa mo budgeteng gongwe ene o tawe thatso gore madi a wane le gore ana a budgetetsweng ga ke tso re ne ke sa utlwa sentle no gona la no bua gore la go dirisa madi mangwe
ke a back.
Sa bobedi go na le no bua gape ka di-supplementary mme kana nna re boleletse gore a o sa tlhola go na le di-supplementary a mme a se gore ngo benkile mo thulaganyo sa tsweleng e le teng. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. E tla arabiwa ke DPS Finance and Development. Ke tla yieldela Mma Solomon mo go ya temporary teachers.
Thank you very much, Chair. And again, good afternoon to honorable members. Back, as the Chair, you are aware, it's a massive challenge. From the beginning, let me indicate that the bulk of the budget at this ministry, which is 80%, is for personal emoluments. Only 20% is shared across operational costs. And this 20% is the one that we strive to prioritize and undertake critical activities. And Botswana Examination Council is one of the critical activities. What we did, we are very much aware that the supplementaries are not allowed because of the dire economic situation of this country. So what we do, we reprioritize from the existing budget. We are not intending to go to Parliament to request for supplementaries because we know this country is already running a huge budget deficit. So what we will simply be doing, we'll be reprioritizing. And when we reprioritize, we just, some of the, not that they are not critical, but some of the activities that, that we can defer, to try and defer to other financial years, and to push forward the ones that are critical, like payment of teachers. So that's what we are doing. We try and defer some of the activities, some of the procurement that is unnecessary, we try and defer. We reduce travels, we reduce overtime. We strive to do that so that we get some savings to pay teachers. So we just try to rob Tom to pay Paul. That's what we do. So we are very much aware that we are not going to go for the supplementaries. So, and then the finances for temporary teachers. We are aware that the minister indicated that the money that is available, it will only cover 5 months. And we know what it means. It's a challenge. We have to employ temporary teachers to try and improve results, like the honorable member is saying. But at the same time, we are striving to try and avoid overexpending. But we have to balance the two to ensure we don't overspend, but at the same time, we have to avoid suffering. But like I said, a lot of activities have been deferred, a lot. So we are doing that to ensure that we cover much ground, kako temporary teachers and kako Botswana Examinations Council, as well as Kobo TEPCO. So those are the 3 critical areas that we are currently focusing on. Thank you, Honorable Chair.
Thank you very much. Morolo, Karwas, Washa.
PS bana ba gago ga ba go bolele boammaruri. Ke kopa hela gore o itirela ditlhotlhomiso tsa gago ka kganya tender. Ke be go kopelwana chairman wa me. Gore o skana mo amogetse se PS a se bua. Ona le metsano e ntsi thata mo kganyeneng ke bua. To an extent ya gore eno yo langa kganya tender a ba go ikuela ko agenteng a ntse ba le mo processing ya go isa ministry wa rona ko makgotlatshekelo, the same ministry a botsa yona agente ya monna o mo hira ko netlo. There's a lot behind the scene mo kganya tendera. There's a lot. A di widiwa tsa bogologolo ka motho a wina tendera 12 months e be a wadelwa dishopo tse di tona for 6 months ka tsela hele e unceremonious. Nna ke dumela gore go na le bothata go I know a lot ka kganye mme ke bona gore PS ba go latlhile mma go and get your facts right o tlhotlhomise kganye go helela ka ha ba yo hileng ka teng because le ene ha tsena go mystery ga e ka rabe wena o ihuanye ha bolelwe yalo so ne kere ya go moding wa khamma so mystery wa go kwa modi wa thuto ke a leboga ne kere ke ya kgelela go lekalo aska ya raba o diragatsa sese
e siame mototege ka gore re bua yana batswana ba re editse le makalana a mangwe a puso ba re editse ke sa gore ba go uta gore wa re ona furniture no re wa tsa
follow up ke gore I think potso ya me ga ba ya araba potso ya meneri a gona le di plan tsa go tswelela le hira bo temporary teacher ko ministry le gore a le gore plan ya teng la go ba hira le gore ba hele ba absorbiwe e nna ma teachera a heletse ya no ka ha no bo araba ka teng no thalosa seemo ka gore ne ke supile gore minister ona a bua reng go chamber but the issue ke gore al planeteng ya go ba hira
re mo PC a planeteng na kutile bua ka gore la ba hira la balance le gore budget bueno o ka ethatso mesolo ba tawetsa mesolo mona go etseo thank
ke a leboga motlotlegi modula setilo maitshwarelo le ke a leboga motlotlegi Chair, the pronouncement was made for all my temporary absorbiwe. Major ministry ukile wa araba. Absorption of all our temporary employees, including my teacher, depends on various stakeholders because of the resources required. For the ministry, gore oba absorbe, o tlhoka permanent positions. So, ya ka nga tlhaloswa ga arabiwa e tlhoka a holistic approach by all the affected stakeholders. Jaka re mo ipisana tlhalosa, the ministry alone with its already strained budget, ga ka ke a kgona go create permanent positions as of now. And the ministry really appreciates the role played by our temporary employees, and it is the wish to absorb them. Jaka ke bua, all resources permitting all the stakeholders on board. Ke a leboga, Chair.
Thank you. Ke tsa gore re buile re tseneng go di assurance tse di soletsong parlamente ke go parlamenteng metare sona o tsamaya ka tsone one by one o bale de potso jaaka ne boditswa gore ke potso kana le motion o bale o bono pola gore me tsoletso ne le gore ska ba ba re ditseng ba utse gore me gone o arabela mo go ka re batla go focusa mo go se solo heditswe gore tsoletso assurance ne le arabela le re as brief as you can, and then ba to territar ko morago ba ta botsa dipotso le bone ba focusitse mo go se solo heditsweng le update jaaka lo enela accounting officer. Me kamana kao, and you take the floor. Thank you.
Ke a leboga modula Setilo. Re ka lebella pele mo go tsa 2014-2019. Go ne go na le question 9 ya 31st October 2016. E bua ka progress made in the construction of one block of 2 classrooms and laboratory at Gold Mine Junior Secondary School. At the time, the minister had informed Parliament that the ministry was yet to start the works and that the delay had been brought about by the need to rescope the project. And the minister at the time stated he was aware that the school was in dire need of a new kitchen, and which included works that will commence before the end of financial year 26-2017. Progress alien things, Chairperson, one block consisting of 6 classrooms and 4 multi-purpose blocks with labs were completed and handed over in February 2026. The kitchen was also completed and handed over in September 2024. The second item under this, question number 10 of 7th December 2016, which looked at...
Sorry, the accounting officer.
Yeah.
We need to deal with question 9 and conclude it.
Okay.
So I think at this point, update. Yeah, Morolo.
Thank you, Chairman. PS, ke utlwa o bua memo reporting ya ngwa ha o supa gore go nagana le rescoping ya project. Ya no go pa ron tlhalosetse kganye ka gore nna ga ke lebelela the attributes tsa rescoping yona ya project ke bona di heteletse gore le di hetalone the initial project ne ya kantswe ga ke itse ra ke bona sentle mme hela ke batla go ntlhatsetse kganye ka gore ke itse gore bora kontraka gantsi ga go buiwa ka di-project ba ira hela yana gore ano e ba bona madi a mantsi mo mphasetsa a simolotse tiro go sena go le ka tholo le tshabela teng ka gore la bena le kontraka le ke go bona tlhatsetse kganye ke bona ya go rescoping ya project le the cost overruns tse di nnileng teng tsa project. Madam, thank you.
Thank you very much, Morolo.
Chairperson.
Go ahead, Nakamaka.
Rescoping ga e dirwe ke bo rakonteraka e dirwa ke ministry staff bogolo yang ba dirang di bill of quantities. Ke ne ke kopa tetla Chairperson gore in terms of the cost overruns re ka tla ra di share gore in our initially before rescoping re ne re budgetetse bokae ya re go sena go rescope project madi a palama a ya ko kae ga ra tshola that information right now.
On that one, accounting officer.
Yeah.
Gongwe le supe gore kana ha o ano budgetetse project ebe o ketsa madi gore a re tshwantse a go tsa go mo lephateng interest a rona ka gore o le isa re batho gore ga re di-project di ntshetswe madi tse dingwe di ja mo tse dingwe gongwe o ka ta tlhalosa gape ya le gore o nana yo kana o tata o e submita ko morago gore mme le tswa go tsaya kae madi a heletseng a yaanong a thiba phatsa e dirilweng ke gone go oketsa tiro ene ko morago ga tender. Thank you.
Ke a leboga Chairperson. The normal process ke gore ha ile gore project e hitile madi a leng gore it was originally budgeted for, redevelop what is called a project addendum, erabeng re kopa madi additionally to the original budget e leng gore ba finance ba lebella ba be ba review ba be ba ka decide gore a karabo ke e kananya mme jaaka o bua re tla re ka gore project e wetse re share di details tsa gore ha re dira addendum re ne ra dira yang ra bona madi ka se.
Okay. Honorable Kuta, Darechwa.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chair. Yeah, good. Thank you, the team ya education. Yeah, waha karano lo wata takataka di kang. The question is the progress made in the construction of 1 block on 2 blocks, classrooms and at Gold Mine. The answer is rescoping. So the rescoping here, hakibone go redirule after ke tsa gore e dirilwe before tendering kore o e thatswe o ska wa ikgolega wa re o tata wa go taka information gore go ne go na le additional funds kana eng. This was done, it was before tendering, so it was not done before any contract was given go ahead. Thank you.
I was touch accounting officer. Was it before or after?
Gontse jalo modulasetilo re-scoping e dirwa pele ga tendera e awadiwa mme ne ke re potso ya re ke tsamaye ke go lebelela gore re-scoping e ne ya causa di-overrun tse di kana kang before the award of the tender.
A gore ka kutišišong ka gore o na le kutlane ke a itse gore ke dikgang tsa ditlhaloganya mo go tseleletseng gore a re once yaanong setse e dirilwe before go raya gore ya go tenderelwa ka one madi ago so tota gona cost overrun ka e tlhalosiwang ka teng so batotee ke tsa gore e buile re ka e tswala e kgang ke dumela yalo se re ka e carryang forward. We are satisfied. Thank you. Can you go to another question?
An acute shortage of textbooks at Gold Mine and Monzamaisa Junior Secondary Schools. The minister at the time had informed Parliament that he was aware of the problem at Gold Mine and Monzamaisa Junior Secondary. At the time, Gold Mine had 74.3% of its requirements and Monzamaisa 63.4%. At Gold Mine Junior, the most affected subjects were computer awareness and music, whilst Monzamaisa was subjects affected were moral education, guidance and counseling, computer awareness, commerce and French. Karabo Erena Leone, the update is that book availability continues to be a challenge due to the non-return of books by students. With the new STEAM-driven curriculum, Chairperson, this problem will be resolved because more schools will be using e-books and ICT equipment for learning. Ridumela gore going forward, this should not become a challenge anymore.
Okay. Any follow-ups?
Nyame ke a leboga tota re la kgolentlha batho gore tota la transition tota to this hybrid learning ya gore re kopakopanye go gone mo le gone ga digital learning mme hela se se tona ka ne le bua ka gone gore so many stakeholders ha le bua kgantele ka absorption ya barutabana ka itse ne le bua ka bo DPSM gore ka re ba sentse gore ba ya go create di-position jalo jalo but lo ne yone ya e-learning gore ga le emeletsa re emeletse gore dirile even the risk assessment strategy gore ga go diragala jaanong ga go pala jaanong ga go hela go diragala ya because semporeng tse re na le di-challenge ko botlokeng ko bo matlala ko e leng gore barutabana ga bana di-internet yaanong kana ga o bua ka e-learning o bua ka e-books o bua ka yone internet so seemo sa teng a re se direng in congruence le yone issue ya gore e be go a go baakangwa tsone dikgang tsa di-internet mo dikweleng ke a leboga Mr. Chair.
Ke a leboga honorable ka nako wa gore assurance e sa le dirilweng leng 2017 ya nagono yaanong a ke itse gore karabo a mme ga tharabollo gore go dirilwe eng kana restata karabo ya nako eo mabapi le textbook gore go diriswe would the ministry clarify the specific measures that were undertaken to improve textbook supplies for schools sa Gold Mine and Monzamaisa Junior Secondary Schools? Thank you.
Ke a leboga, Chairperson. Ministry kana every year o ne o hiwa budget ya dikwele. Se ke ka se rurihatsang ke gore go tsweletswe between this period go ntse go tenderiwa dikwele di hiwa dibuka. Mme ya ka ke bua because re facitse challenge ya non-return of books. The issue ya shortage of schools in tswelela hela even over the years. It may have become worse even ka gore ne re lemoga gore the ministry itself did not have a system ya gore bana ba ka busa dibuka ka tsela e ntseng jang. Mme ke ne ke re ke tabogela gore kana we are forward looking gore these have been problems in the past, and now looking at the current status le ko governmente a yang teng re dumela gore we are going to have a hybrid ya e-learning books ga mmogo le gore re tla be re dirisa le ICT gore bana ba kgone gore ba lene ka yone, and this problem going forward it will be lessened.
I guess you honorable very to say I ain't say I'm married dira jam because okar I will or more on yana udira galai is forward looking. Honorable.
Thank you, Chair. Ne ke batla go ela gone go gore kana PSR in the long run me ke sa itse gore o ra timeline le kae gore totally petse target gore kana kwa gore diversity re irisa e-learning re mongwe le mongwe a kgona gore a dirise di-gadget tsa gagwe ke sene ke batla go se botsa.
Ke a leboga, Chairperson. As a ministry, we are ready to start STEM-driven education. Selo se se santseng se re tshwere hela, we should have started ka January. Selo se se re tshwereng gone yana ke gore ga re se re allocatelwe funding ya gore re simolle re be re role STEM-driven education. E leng gore ke yone re tsentse re dirileng ile package ya e-learning, ICT gadgets, even the capacitation of teachers. Jano ha ke re in the long run gongwe ke bue hela gore re dialogue le ba Ministry of Finance go kopa gore funding e re dirileng proposal for it gore re simolle STEM driven education e releasiwe, and the dialogue di supa gore dipuisano tsa rona di tsamela ko motsubong. Ke ka rurihatsa gore di motafoleng ya ga ministera di setse di dule from technical discussions. Yaanong ke sologela gore ha ministera a setsa di lebeletse gongwe re ka simolla ra re bolelwa budget ya gore re ka tswelela. Ga ke bone le go lo mo go ka yang go bogologolong.
Ke a leboga accounting officer, but kganyala ke bonang ke gore gone yana ga re leng teng ya textbook ga di STEAM I see they take it off. So gore I am tempted to say are carry some aspect of this question. It is tota re later next time e be leta le re khotswala tota gore yes, we have transitioned from the buka hela to a hybrid and e-learning erana. That's when we can be satisfied or kanye ya re besegile. What the thing. I thank you. Okay, so can you go to the next question, please?
Question 3 is Question 3 is number of schools in Rabane Mankodi constituency that conducted classes outside classrooms. At the time, Parliament was informed that there were 5 schools that conducted classes outside classrooms in the Rabane Mankodi constituency. These were Lisirani, Metsi Motlhabe
Just a
Primary.
minute, accounting officer. Question 3, mo go e fika. Yes, the question, okay. Yeah, miss, yeah, no, you want to.
Item 3 was question number 12211 of 14 February 2017, which looked at number of schools in Rabane Mankodi constituency that conducted classes outside classroom. Parliament at the time was informed that there were currently 5 schools that conducted classes outside classrooms in the Rabane Mankodi. These were Lisirane Primary, Metsi Motlhabe, Monye Primary School, Seraming, and Tloaneng Primary School. And that already, although Lisirane had 2 classes which were taught outside, the school had already reached the maximum prescribed number of classrooms of 22. For the 26-27 financial year, 2 classrooms had been constructed at Seraming Primary School through a donation by the Japanese Embassy, and Seraming and Metsi Motlhabe schools were to be catered for under NDP 11. The update is that all the 5 schools are now in shifting system, and we wish to share that Pule Memorial Primary School has 8 classes that are shifting. Mokolodi Primary School 6 classes shifting. Tlowanem Primary School 4 classes shifting. Monye Primary School is not shifting. Letwele Primary School not shifting. Hasikwa Primary School 5 classrooms shifting. Rabane Primary School 9 classrooms shifting, and with some of the learners taught outside. Serameng Primary School has 8 classrooms shifting. Metsi Motlhabe Primary School 7 classes shifting. Under NDP 11, as it had been alluded, 3 new primary schools had been built in Mogoditsane, Tamaga district. The schools are Diagane, Sebone, and Mopane primary schools.
Thank you, Accounting Officer. Ora Musi.
Thank you, sir. La kote ke ska bua ka kgaolwana. Mme gone there's not been any improvement, chair. Ebile a gona pharologanyo, ebile go oketsegile. Ke sone se nne ka se bua kgantele ke re le ha o tsamaya mo dikolong ya ka nne ke bua malwa, some of the teachers le ba go kgonne ba bua gore a ga go botoka tota gongwe mo mading a constituency fund re reka ditante, because the problem e oketsegela go pele ya o bona since 2017. It's now 10 years now. Gompieno re ntse re le mo maemo re tsena mo 2027, so ga gona pharologanyo ebile go wese go hetaga mongane.
By the way, go ha sentente a go lebeleng assurance or go ha assurance ya re halin se on ka gore go ngere to are o tla ke thogo no go sena assurance. How could you have a level of assurance again? I can identify us and like I want to get the America. Or only good time.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Tota assurance clean, because here is this construction. There are a number of schools in the Rabane Mankodi constituency that conducted classrooms outside. Regard classes outside the classrooms. So I should be or I may that thing is all the Hilikananya. Can I never a number hell of a hell on teller? gongwe la ka mona bula re gongwe di-10 e tabela assurance. Thank you.
Le nna ke bona o kare honorable Morolo o thuso.
ga ke mo eo thata chairman nna ke kopa gore
Ya ke te pe.
PS a tlhalose.
Ko paro nthusa pele a re hetse ka pele. Ora assurance ha kae go sentente ka gore potso yone ka gore ga ya budua yote. E ka re ne bata information hela. E ile ne sa bata commitment ya gore maikelo la ministry keng la go dira classroom leng. Ora re ne go sena ka ne ka generator kana tractor assurance ka hai ntseng ka teng. Yes. Ora mus
Era. Tota yone ya ka e bua tota ne le tshwenyego gore a gore ne le gore bana ba tsena kwa ntle ga di-classroom again. Mme ba le ka go tlhalosa gore ba go aga dikolo tse 3 tse dintšha mo districting not mo kgaolong ya Gabane Mankgothi tse leng gore tsone di agilwe dikolo tsa teng. That is what the completion is saying. O final karabo e bua ya le gore dikolo tse 3 tsone di agilwe.
potso ya lebege na la assurance e clear. I think we can proceed to another question.
Chairman.
Ora finish. You have something to clarify.
Ke a go gone le ya go a supa le gore ga e clear gone mme gongwe se ne ba ka se tlhalosa gore a mme gone these additional classes a ba di kgonne go tsena mo NDP 12 gongwe a ne re ka e approacha jalo.
Accounting officer a me go na le plan pele ke Mankgothi ga bane Mankgothi a ke.
Ke a leboga
A go na le plan ya.
ke a leboga modulasetilo ke potso e ntšha e re ka kopang gore re boele ko morago gore re tle re lehe list ya dikwele tse di mo NDP 12. Gape ke kopa modulasetilo ka boikokobetso gore kana dikwele tsa di-primary dikarabo di ka ko local government ke sone tse e leng gore ke tla tshwanela ke go kopa gore ke tle ke boele ka ko ba local government gore ke itse gore list ya bone e ntse jang kana ke kope ba tlotlege gore e shiftelo ka ko ba local government ha le gore ga ba ise ba city ba tla ba e tlhatswa.
Okay, ya me it clear gore bone la sa capture mo report e hapela ga rona. Me bo the main report it is super gore ne gona la assurance to construct additional classes that additional classes will be considered in the National Development Plan 12. That was the assurance. So if you don't have the answer, so local government and traditional affairs secretariat only shift telete. Thank you. Shall we close this one and defer the other aspect to local government and traditional affairs and move to another question? Thank you.
Thank you, Chairperson. Item 4 is question number 534 of 25th July 2017. Acute shortage of classrooms at Gaborone Senior Secondary School electrical problem at Business Block and when maintenance was last done at the Kerekeng flats. The minister at the time was aware of the shortage of 6 classrooms at Gaborone Senior Secondary School, and the ministry had planned to convert an old facility into classrooms during the financial year 28-2019. The school encountered electrical problem at the Business Block early 2017, but at the time the electricity was restored in May 2017. The Kerekeng flats, according to the minister, were last maintained in 2015 and included painting and fitting of kitchen units in houses. The ministry was aware of the poor lighting at the flats, and the promise was those would be attended to in 2018-19 financial year. The update, Chairperson, is that this was done. The old science labs were converted into classrooms and they are currently being used. Emergency minor works were done to make the Kerekeng flats habitable. Attempt was also made through CITF to do better maintenance, but the quotation exceeded the available funds at the time. This has been fully budgeted for the financial year 26-27 and will be duly attended to.
Thank you very much, Accounting Officer. Matute, your update. Rechwa. Thank you. Shall we move to another question?
Item 5 is question number 296 of 14 February 2018.
Item 5.
Yes, sir.
Question.
Question number 296 of 14 February 2018. If the minister is aware that Parwe Junior Secondary School was constructed in 1984 for a 12-stream school and has grown up to 18-stream with no additional infrastructure and equipment, in the response, the minister informed Parliament that it was true that that Parwe Junior Secondary School was established initially as a 12-stream school, but was then operating at 18-stream with a shortfall of 6 classrooms. The ministry expected 6 additional classrooms to be built during financial year 2018-19, and funds for the maintenance of the science labs and for the purchase of equipment funds will be disbursed in April 2018. The update, Chairperson, is that the project was cancelled due to other competing priorities. Due to budgetary constraints, the ministry did not manage to maintain the science lab in 2018. However, maintenance has been planned for 26-27 financial year, which will cover even the science labs. The school received 300 chairs and 220 desks from the regional office in 2025. I realize, Chairperson, there were other commitments. I apologize, I had not read them. So when we see the update now, there's more update. The other response that the minister was expected to give during that time was that through regional office, 15,000 student chairs have been ordered, and the school was to benefit 100 chairs from the consignment. And the school was to maintain desks and tables using maintenance funds allocated to them. Parwe Junior Secondary School had a computer lab, and the lab as at February 2018 had 25 functional computers which were supplied in January 2016, only to be damaged by power surges and have since been replaced with donated ones. The ministry was to supply 50 mobile devices along with Wi-Fi technology during the financial year 2018-19 as a further upgrade in the school, and all secondary schools were warranted funds on an annual basis for the purchase of library books and the replacement of furniture. As of 2018-19 financial year, the school was allocated 8,200 for this purpose. While these funds may not be adequate, they were meant to augment what was already at the school, and the school was urged to improve its borrowing and recovery processes. On these ones, Chairperson, the update is that the school received 300 chairs and 220 desks from the regional office in 2025. The ministry had anticipated to receive 50 mobile devices per the minister's update from the school connectivity project, which did not come through. However, the ministry received 20 computers from SIDA and supplied them to Parwe Junior Secondary School. Currently, every teacher in Parwe Junior Secondary School has been issued with a laptop through school digitalization project. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, County Officer. Batute. Ora ulikuta.
Thank you, thank you, Modulastilo. Ke go leboga Madam Pierce ka report ya gago. Me hala tota go na le sengwe se ke batlang go se tlhaloganya mo go sone. Most of them to be general. Me di ama tsone dikwele. Me di lebaganye le one potso e boditsweng. Le report e ona o ya re neela. Before go any further, your report it says the school given 300 chairs in 2025 and has a shortage of about 320. Those shortages do they still exist or not? There's still that shortages as indicated.
Ha ke bala Modulastilo ya re sekwele se ne se minister ona soloheditse gore go darilwe ditilo di le 15,000 ile consignment ya dikolo, and this school was entitled to 100 chairs. Me se heletse se hiwa 300 chairs and 220 desks. So they received more than what the minister had promised for Parliament Day.
Yeah, how about madam? Report the school received given 300 chairs in 2025 and has a shortfall of 320. More page 6. More page 7. The school received 220 desks in 2025 and have a shortfall of 295. Gerard, is this your report?
Okay.
Written by you? Can you confirm it?
Ke a leboga Chair, ke tla enela Secretary General Education go expanda mo go yone.
Secretary General.
Thank you so much, Chairman. We're just clearing something with the Secretariat because we did what Honorable Member has is not what we are reading here. So there's that bit of confusion, hence they're clearing it quickly. Thank you, sir.
Okay, can we reconcile our reports in a minute? Re siame ke re ka tswela. Ne ke re go ha gape. Pay attention to the another aspect of the assurance, which was the go tile go tshwanetse gore go dirwa audit. E tseneletseng gore a mme audit ya dikueletse e ne a dirwa, and then maduo a yone ga sona e dirwa ana dirisiwa ka tsela e ntseng jang. Ka gore mo karabone go na le kgang yone ya gore go ya go dirwa audit ya dikuele. Gore a ne a dirwa report-e a e teng le gore a ne a salwa morago.
I beg your pardon, Chair, to know which question we are now addressing that relates to audit.
Ke yone 296, a ke re mo 296.
I'm not seeing any audit.
Do you have this report?
More item, more question 296.
Can you refer to the main the report of the committee on assurances 2014 to 2019, page 17, the top part, the last paragraph.
So that I could be-
It says it was also not done because the competent authority halted and asked the ministry to do audit of schools who already have this. Audit report showed lack of security in schools. The ministry to do audit of schools.
Chairperson,
who already have this audit report. Yes, Waka. e o ka re ke 286 e ke 286 I say 296 yeah I think this one we can close to make progress ma ona le kutla
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Tota there is a problem. It's either have to be reconciled our technical team PS. Because often no need for us to have information or read research. Because the information we provided a prompt of what the post relevant lesson or the last sitting Emma Parliament in a Sebat. Question is any better with a mehone, Alexander should he get it. Me on top of that, Nikivata Hotel like Kanya Hori, can the general supala and Johori. You all your schools, they run a cadi stream, it's a because this one, it was planned 12 stream, start by then. And it was in 18th street. So my question was simply saying that how level la mo hotem o thalso tsa motswana hela ka Setswana gore 12 stream king 18 stream king the classrooms that we look at janja mehel how level in general all your schools all your junior secondary schools they are running at that deficit. And then the question comes when you the super one how could we have a shortage of the 320? And Banabao Banamoi, how na shortage yadi desk. So that number. Bone anu banahaka, Badrisa, Ababa Bakwala Muduro Pinkanaya. Unal shortage 295. Abanabao Bakwala Muduro pay. Then my main what you think for reprioritize our works in general. Really, Kanya or Kumpiana, Lineal tender Yakudra with robotics, and tender Yahoo supply to the gadget Yalgore. And why do we go further than that? Melison to Husnaban Halurban setting, Husnabana with basic things, Husnadi classroom. Really run a caddy. Why can't we just prioritize the radios in what's about the robotics post? We know we want them, but not now. Let's only classroom. We need more classrooms than anything else. But why can't we make prioritize the center? That's a more prioritization. Or smart presentation. Mood issue. That was my main question. I got out of which were a mere poteka. Niliona Kameka or Takataka. Hotaru, where Komaraho audited reported your submissions. You want no hell information ye Kanaka. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Ardi Renyan, Hoha, sometimes if we need to try to go back to assurances as given before us, or assurance key, very one, the ministry expected 6 additional classrooms to be built during financial year 2018-2019. The question is where the 6 additional classrooms, the classroom is a 6. Funds for the maintenance of the science laboratories and for the purchase of equipment will be dispersed in April 2018. That's the second thing. So, I think we can get another counter the Caramo over that incident. At the classroom, the 6, another additional 2018-2019. Meona Rancho Amadi, and to maintain laboratories, and also to Siwa, ka April ka 2018. Accounting
lebo-
officer.
Ke a leboga, Chairperson. Jaaka ke ne ke setse ke report-ile, the project was cancelled due to other competing priorities at the time and due to budgetary constraints. The ministry did not even manage to maintain the science lab, which which was supposed to have been done in April 2018. The current status is that in the
Ke
new...
ke pele re tsamaya mo.
Here.
Ha go cancela.
Here.
E ne le gore go cancela le gore go dirwa eng ka gore gone mathata one ke ya. Kana honorable member o kile a bua gore ene na sa kanya go reka ditante gore a ke te classroom a ke tsere lona ganne go te jaanong ga le tswelele ka di classroom tsene di tswelele le gore maikaelelo go go dirwa jang yaanong ka gore bana ba le bantsintsi yana mo sekolo se ne se agetswe bana ba dipalopotana e ne le gore go go dirwa jang.
Ke a leboga Chair. Mabaka a mantsi a kgonang gore a dire di-project gore di cancelwe e ka nna yone di-challenge tsa budget ya ka ke bua gore go ne go na le budget constraint at the time mme kana ha go na le budget constraints le ha ne le gore go ka nna le keletso ya go dira sepe e le motshelakgabo kana e le mitigation go bo go setse go sena se se ka dirwang ke supahela gone gore there was no funding availed le ha ne tona ene a supile gore go maikaelelo a ministry e ne leng at the time ke gone ke buang gore mo ngwageng wa 26-27 ke gone re ilweng budget ya go dira ditiro tse di hapela ga rona tse leng gore ga ra ka ra kgona gore re di dire ka nako e ne re soloheditse palamente.
Okay, accounting officer a gora gore jaanong go tsengwa parwe ya ka go bua kana wa re bua ka parwe ya junior secondary school mo thulaganyo e buanye a parwe junior secondary school e tla be le mo teng
e mo terra for financial year 26-27.
Okay, re dira yang batho te e re ba ga ka re santse hengarile nya re tswana re carry forward. Okay. All right, let's see if it open for now. Tatarle ka ori kosala di report taruna sentene. Can we move to another question?
Question number 152 of 14th March 2018. Madiba Senior Secondary School has been issued with temporary porter camp units for use as administration officers, but they have not been electrified. The minister informed Parliament that she was aware that Madiba Senior Secondary had been issued with temporary porter camp units for use as administration offices and that they have not yet been electrified. And she stated that the ministry will disburse funds to Madiba Senior Secondary in April 2018 to connect electricity to the facility. A new administration block was also expected to be constructed in financial year 2019-20. The update is electrification of the porter camps was successfully done in September 2018. The administration block was not constructed in 2019-20 due to financial constraints. However, it has been planned to be done in financial year 26-27.
Okay, that's the update. Kamadiba to take. go ha go lebega gore in terms of assurance e tla re di bona mo second paragraph ya karabo ya minister the minister reported that unfortunately the reconstruction of the building had not been included as a new project under NDP 11, but she will make representations during the midterm review next year and hopefully gain approval for works to commence. Whatever number a mere representation, I want to midterm review. I want to have a local Kanya Halekoreka, Ekaseko happy. And then I want to delay in the construction of new administration block. The school was given 1 million for 2018-2019 financial year. Preventative maintenance works. The tender process for the works was ongoing and ministry intended to have completed by end of March 2019. Assurance, update hearing on sentence. Accounting office.
Ke a leboga chairperson ke lemoga gore modulasetilo go badiwa report e ko morago go heta dingwaga tse rona re di tshotseng ha tsa 2014-19 le tsa 2019-2024 jaanong gongwe golo mo go re tsieditse ka gore rona re na ra lebelela dingwaga tse re di hilweng mme ke utlwa gore lebala government assurance ya dingwaga tse di ko morago go na le tse re di tshotseng gongwe re kope gore re di fere yone re tle re boele ko go lona ka karabo
go ga ke re ba ga itshore lebeletse re dila le the assurances tsa the 12th parliament yona ke 12th parliament tse tare 2014-2019 ke tsa 11th Kore tene disa akere last time in lebeletse the last meeting in Rana Leon lebeletse parliament ya bu 11 and then ebe go nna le tse dingwe tse di sa welang ke bona kere so so jaanong ke di carried forward tsene di sa di carry forward ebe di tsengwa mo reporteng yone ya Minister of Child Welfare and Basic Education years 2014-2019
chairperson ka ha ke lemogang ka teng kana minister o no receive technical committee receive dipotso di tswa ko secretariat mme go a supagala gore mo the main report gora gore dipotso tse dingwe go hosahetse gore di tseiwe di romelwa ka ko ministry ke sone sa ke bona gore re na le phosego teng gore lona le tshotse mo information e rona re neng re netswe go ya raba ikhutshwane go heta ele tshotseng ka ko mo the main report
ya go tsa accounting officer kana di assurances ine di tswa go lona ke tsone tse re di extractile re tsenya mo reporteng akere ministry ko no araba through the minister ko parliament so di tswa ko ministry wa lona re di extract ja ka dintse re tsenya mo reporteng ya ne bere rona re neleng update ya dipotso tse ya no mme ga re bala dipotso ga ntse re tsamaya mo re bala potso e tshwana pharologanyo e tswa ga kae ya no gono.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
o thusa Secretary General ka sokola hela o le teng.
Thank you so much. I think there's been a bit of a mistake in terms of submission. We did submit the very first document, if I remember very well, sometime last week. But we then went back as a ministry to sit down and recast our responses. And we did submit the fresh response, the fresh packages. So, the response, Mr. Chair, in under 1 million. I think it's a response that Ronald Kwano, we did away with it in terms of the resubmission that we made. Hence why earlier on I said to the Secretary, you have the older version of the submission and we have the latest version. Thank you.
Yeah, then now I understand. Because there was that issue, the ministry had requested over ba lebelle their report by recast the kind of Elisagati. Janu very hell rona re le report e le gore ko moragonya. Let me consult the secretariat for a bone gore ano re procedure ka tsela ntseng ja. Ka re ngwana re teo jana ko NC re sa gate mo re tula ona le kutlame ba ta go thusa ka the way forward.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. To thank you to the PS. Mene ke karo had issue saletseng murao ke ya the Benz administration block. Me ha ke mo reditse nare ba go dira in the financial year 26-27 agere. Ke sone se kere the assurance ya teng gore re carry forward. Bo ba gore ba te re tre bona America 26-27 ame ba ta dira. Kare still outstanding. Ke yone hela item is still outstanding. Ga ba dira. Thank you.
Yeah, me proceeding far proceed. I'm a return and terwell mo kanya gore. Total ke mo ka re tshware document te go ngwedisa tshwane. Ka gore ara na le na go rona go reflecta mo submission ene ya ba ka wa ko morago. Ke bona o ka re go gare go na productive ya ka ne re eleditse. Ka ke bona re tsamaya ka teng. Ona finish.
Thank you, Chair. I think the Secretariat le the Minister ba le ke go reconcile, and then we retla re gata step mo go hela sent, because o ka re ano go nna le confusion from both angles.
Mr. Chair, with your permission,
Yes, sir.
From the submission that we've made, a question, there are two questions. There's one question that talks to issues the Potter camps, which the accounting officer, the PS, has adequately addressed. But the next question, question number 2 and 2, that talks to the main block. That's where you read the 1 million. So currently, as it is, we were answering questioning way, but the chairman went on to talk to a different question. Hence, what I think that's what brought the confusion. It's like we have two different questions being addressed. And indeed, yes, there are two different questions. There's one, Ibanga Madiba has been issued with Potter Cabins, which is item number 6, as PS has always been referring to. And then we have item number 7, that talks to the administration block or offices at Madiba.
Okay, can you suggest that we go to over local parliament ko National Assembly? Ore re rabere ba re tshwaretse mantseng ba re di tse gore ke kopa gore re boele mo ntseng ya rona le badiredi ba puso ba ba ntseng ba maranyane le ba bangwe re namere ba ntsheditse kontere re ipaakanye sentle tata re ba bitsa re tswelela me ke lebelle nako gore yone ya re ya nako le yone e tsamaile ke dumela gore re ta sala re ipaakanya be re hetsa re dumela gore ka moso re tswelela ka tsela e ntseng jang ke excuse ba bega dikgale ba bangwe gore ba name ba tswetse dikgang tsa bone re addresse dikgang tsa rona mo ntlong. Yeah. Okay, bagaetso re boetse re ke tsa gore re ipaakantse jaanong re lemogile gore go nne le miscommunication kana go hapana ga di-reporta ntse re di romela so re dumalane jaanong gore re tla kopana gape ka di 12 tsa ga June 8 o'clock le Ministry of Basic Education and Child Welfare so re tla kopana gone nako ya teng. And I think now Rutwani, we are sorted, we are ready to deal with the sector heads. So on that note, the meeting is adjourned. Thank you.